So I just got an email from a guy named Grant Cardone. He is one of the biggest names in the internet world when it comes to like being an online consultant and a guy who teaches, sales and sells courses and programs and, mastermind type of things. And he's a multi millionaire, super successful. And he got that way doing email marketing campaigns and Facebook ads and Google and YouTube and tons of stuff, right? He's not your traditional like, TV commercial kind of guy. He's done it all online. And anyway, I wanted to share a quick video with you because I just got an email from Grant Cardone because I'm subscribed to his email marketing. And in the subject line of the email, there was a typo. And it's not the first time it's happened with his emails. It happens all the time. And not only are there typos in the subject line, but all throughout his emails. There's just typos and there's grammatical mistakes, and it's kind of a mess. And finally, I got this email tonight, and there was a typo in the subject line. In the subject line, like you're supposed to work on the subject line and make sure it's awesome so that people open up your email and it's professional, blah, blah, blah. But there's a typo in the subject line. So I thought I have to make a video to talk about this because it's actually really important to address. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to talk about how important it is not to have typos. Quite the contrary. I want to talk about how important it is to not stress about the small stuff like typos. Typos are not the end of the world. The end of the world is never starting because you are waiting for things to be perfect. Grant Cardone is a multi millionaire because he puts himself out there more often and in a more real way than anyone else, for the most part. Okay? And he does it at a speed that does not allow for perfect grammar and perfect, non-typo subject lines and content. It's inevitable. When you move at that speed, you're not gonna be perfect. But it's not about having those details perfect. That's not what's important. What's important is the content being actually valuable. Okay? If you have an offer that if you're a small business owner and you're making an offer like a discount for your products and services, or an upgrade in materials for the same price, or 2 for 1, or some other type of offer that you're making, and if the offer is awesome, it doesn't matter if there's a typo anywhere. No one's gonna think to themselves, oh yeah, I was gonna have my carpets cleaned for 50% off, but he put a typo. Fuck him. Like that's just not gonna happen. You know? Or if you're waiting to start your Facebook ad campaign because you think the landing page, you can't decide whether you like this font or that font, or I don't know if I like the title green or if it should be more of a blue or a magenta. Like it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. No one cares. What they care about is the offer. What they care about is the content. If you're putting out videos like this one, for instance, I mean, I'm sitting here on my sofa. It's, 8 o'clock at night on a Friday. I'm watching TV and I'm checking my email and I see this thing come through and, boom, I get an idea to share something. And, I'm in a t-shirt, I look like an idiot, but who cares? Because the message, the content here is really helpful if you listen to it. This is stuff that is really, really, really important, because the truth of the matter is I have a lot of clients who I have to work so hard to get them to actually do what I want them to do because I know it's good for their business. And the reason they don't do it is not because they don't think it'll be good for their business, but because they don't think it's perfect enough yet. And they think it has to be perfect before it's going to work. And that's the opposite of the truth. For something to work in the digital marketing world, it's not about being perfect. It's about launching and then iterating according to the data that you get back. That's the beauty of digital marketing and really all marketing, because there's always data. You can send a handwritten letter to 100 people, and you're going to either get responses from it or you're not, or some of the responses are going to be one way and some are going to be another. And you can glean a lot of valuable information from things, and you can then make decisions on how to make it better and better and better and better until the next thing you know, you wake up and you've got this system in place that's just unbelievably powerful at generating new business. Grant Cardone sent me an email with a typo in the subject line. I mean, an entire word that didn't make sense. The subject line was something like, how much money do you spend of your marketing? He meant to say, how much money do you spend on your marketing? The of doesn't even make sense. Okay, it is a completely unintelligible subject line unless you could, infer what he meant to say. But I opened the email and I read the email, and the content in the email was actually pretty cool. And so I don't hate him for it. The fact that he had a typo in the subject line was just not a big deal. And it won't be a big deal for you or your business either. So long as the content you're putting out is actually valuable, or so long that the offer you're making is actually something people want. So if you are a small business owner and you feel like you want to do this kind of stuff, and you know that advertising and marketing is going to help your business, and you've thought about it, or maybe even you've started, but you haven't really pulled the trigger yet, or you haven't really been satisfied, and so campaigns that you started never launched, or you never just dove in with both feet or jumped in with both feet, the only thing holding you back is you. Okay? You need to just ship the product before it's done, because you can always make it better. What you can't do is you can't get the time back that you wasted not acting. And so that's what this video is, I hope, going to get you guys to do. And that is begin, start, act, do right now. Put yourself out there, make a video, create an ad, create a post. It's going to suck at first. It's supposed to suck. People like when it sucks. They see it and they go, this is a real person. He's actually trying something. God help him. And they might even, people gravitate toward people who are real. They want to deal with people who they can relate to. The ultra-polished statue with memorized lines and a script, he ain't the kind of guy that you can sit down with and have a conversation with. And he's not someone that you can trust in a business situation. It's the guy who's going to speak to you like a real person. And that's what you have to convey in the content that you put out, whether it's a video or just a simple Facebook post or Instagram post or YouTube video, whatever it is, an email that you send out. Just send it out. Don't dwell over the subject line. Don't make yourself crazy over the content, and just get it done, because the goal is for it to just be one piece of content, one email, one post on Instagram of thousands that are going to happen in the future. No one's going to remember this one anyway. It's just one of many thousands. But each one is a learning process. And if and only if you do this one, will the next one be better. Okay. So that's what I've got for you this evening. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you later.